But first tonight, we are working breaking news on the death of Aaron Hernandez. Hernandez's fiancée, Shayana Jenkins, has now filed a lawsuit against the New England Patriots and the NFL.
And Jenkins filing the suit on behalf of the couple's daughter, saying that Hernandez suffered from a case of CTE. Now, lawyers for the former NFL star releasing results of testing on his brain today, and they say it showed severe signs of brain disease, chronic traumatic encephalopathy. Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado has been pouring through the court documents. She joins us now live from the Breaking News Center. Steph?
Right, and this 18-page federal lawsuit was filed today on behalf of Aaron Hernandez's daughter, Avielle, asking for damages from the NFL and the Patriots based on the results of this study of Hernandez's brain that was conducted by Boston University, showing he had late-stage CTE, which is that brain disease commonly found in athletes who have suffered from repetitive head trauma. Now, in a news conference this afternoon, Hernandez's defense attorney, Jose Baez, announced the results of the study of his brain, which were separately confirmed to us by BU. Baez also announced the lawsuit filed on behalf of Avielle Hernandez by her mother, Shayana Jenkins Hernandez, claiming Aaron Hernandez's suicide was a symptom of the CTE, and Avielle lost her father as the result of the NFL's alleged failure to protect Hernandez from repetitive head trauma or treat him for the CTE.
Perhaps if we may have been able to be a little bit more educated on this topic, and more so our client, and our client may have been able to understand what was actually happening to him, and that could have ultimately prevented his death.
And Hernandez died by suicide in April by hanging himself in his cell at the Sousa Baranowski prison, where he was serving a life sentence for the murder of Odin Lloyd. Now, we have reached out to the NFL and the Patriots late this afternoon about this lawsuit filed against them. We'll let you know if they respond. Live in the Breaking News Center, I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.
Aaron Hernandez's attorney says the deceased former football player's family is suing the Patriots and the NFL, claiming Hernandez had the brain disease known as CTE.
We're told that it was the most severe case they had ever seen in someone of Aaron's age.
Now, attorneys say Hernandez suffered from stage 3 CTE, a level usually seen in brain trauma patients who are 67 years old. Hernandez was 27 when he died. Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado has been combing through the lawsuit. She's live now in studio with the breaking details. Steph?
Well, Aaron Hernandez's attorney says he believes Hernandez might still be alive had he known he might be suffering from CTE, a brain disease which has a long list of possible symptoms, including suicide. With Aaron Hernandez's fiancée standing by, defense attorney Jose Baez announcing Hernandez had CTE, a brain disease commonly found in athletes with repetitive head trauma.
Aaron suffered from a severe case of CTE.
Boston University's CTE Center tested Hernandez's brain and confirmed the results, releasing these images of his brain, which they said exhibit classic symptoms of CTE. Baez represented Hernandez in a double murder trial earlier this year, in which he was acquitted. Hernandez was already serving a life sentence for the murder of Odin Lloyd and killed himself in his prison cell. In light of the CTE results, Hernandez's fiancée, Shayana Jenkins Hernandez, filed a lawsuit on behalf of their daughter, Avielle, against the NFL and the Patriots on the basis that, quote, Avielle Hernandez was deprived of the love, affection, society, and companionship of her father while he was alive, claiming the NFL and the Patriots were negligent, failing to protect him from the disease. The lawsuit claiming the defendants were fully aware of the damage that could be inflicted from repetitive impact injuries and failed to disclose, treat, or protect him from the dangers of such damage. And suicide is listed as one of the possible symptoms of CTE, and so this lawsuit is claiming Hernandez died as a result of the disease. We've reached out to the NFL and the Patriots, and we'll update you if they respond. I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.